The really neat thing about my job and about my company is that we're on the front lines of the entire food chain. So we get to work with farmers who not only raise pigs, but a lot of them also raise what we feed the pigs. So they raise corn and soybeans, which ultimately ends up in the pig's diet. And so when we get to see that entire food chain develop, we have complete confidence that it's safe. And then when it ultimately ends up, as food for us to eat, we have very high confidence that the process was all done correctly. My name is Amanda Eben. So I work at Cooperative Farmers Elevator. I'm a swine feed sales specialist. I work with farmers closely when we develop the right diet for them or the right nutrition plan. And the things that we look at are genetics of the pig, that plays a role, size and age of the pig, that definitely plays a role, so what stage they are in production. And then of course if there's any health challenges as well. So we kind of look at their individual herd, what all of those factors are involved, and design that meal plan or that nutrition plan for them. Part of my role, in addition to working on the swine feed sales team, is that I'm a pork quality assurance trainer. And what that means is every 3 years, if you are involved in pork production in any way, it's required to be pork quality assurance certified. And so I go out to their barns and we go through a 90-question type questionnaire where we ensure that pigs are being cared for in the right way and look at welfare, we look at equipment of the barn, and then also look at and examine health needs as well. The thing about antibiotics is antibiotic use does not affect the safety of the food in the grocery store because it's not there. It is broken down by the animal's body before the animal ever goes to market, and also those antibiotics are under strict restrictions where we cannot use them within their label prescribed withdrawal period. We don't use them liberally. Of course, there's a cost to antibiotics and we only use them as needed. It would be no different than like with my own children. If my children have an ailment or an ear infection or something, I want them to feel better first and foremost, so I don't want them to suffer. So that's the number one thing. But when it comes to animals, of course, it's a business, right? We sometimes forget that, but we do want them to feel well so that way they eat and they grow, which ultimately is more pounds of product produced. So I'm very confident in our food system and that we have safe food, because I would never feed, for example, my family something that I didn't think was safe. We as farmers or we as producers grow food that we ultimately feed our families as well, and so we wouldn't eat it if we didn't think that it was completely safe. I'm passionate about sharing the story of agriculture because I know that there are a lot of misconceptions out there. There's a lot of things that people don't know and understand about agriculture that I find important to tell the truth on and be transparent. The farmers that I work with, happen to be my friends, family members, neighbors, and so they're all very well-intended people who like to do the right thing. And so for me personally, getting to work with them, I know that they are taking care of their animals. Obviously, their business wouldn't go over very well if they didn't take care of their animals because they would be unhealthy. And so I know that they are taking care of them. I would say that consumers today don't have any connection back to the farm like they used to. Years ago, they may have had grandparents that they could visit a farm, but now anymore, that's less and less the case. So if you don't have a source of information to go get the truth from or to talk to somebody about how certain farming practices are done, then I feel like it's more important today than it has ever been before for farmers to really explain what they're doing and get that message out there and tell their story.